Hi guys, this is Erika, and in today's video we are going to talk about how reality is literally a mirror. But before we start, I want to remind you that we are giving away a free course, how to identify your blocks to manifest anything fast. All the details are down below. This course is going to help you identify those blocks, right? What's stopping you from manifesting or experiencing your desires. So it's really helpful. So yeah, all the details are down below. Also, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you know what to do. I would love to help you. But yeah, let's start with this video. Sorry, Prince is distracting me. What are you doing? He just got a haircut, so he looks a little skinny boy. A little skinny boy. But yeah, let's start with this video. So I wrote some notes just in case I forget on my, I don't want to forget. I have that download and I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about this, and I wrote it down because sometimes I record videos and I'm like, I forgot to say this, to mention that. But okay, we're gonna intend that this video gives you guys a lot of clarity. I want you guys to understand how reality works. I want you to be able to manifest anything fast and easy and fun, because that's what it is about, right? We're manifesting consciously because we're always manifesting. We have always manifested, but we're manifesting consciously to remember who we are. It's literally a game. We came here to play the game of life. We came here to remember that we're God, to remember that when the 3D is not the way we want it to be, to remember that we can shift to a different reality, right? And then experience the life that we want. Whatever it is you want, your wildest dreams, it's yours. That's why you have that desire. But yeah. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. So literally, start seeing reality as just a mirror, right? Literally, it's just a mirror. So if reality is a mirror, why would we keep focusing on the things that we don't like if it's literally a mirror, right? For example, if, let's say, and I'll give you examples, right? Like personal success story. In the past, with a previous partner, like when I was focusing on all the things that I didn't like, what do you think I was getting more of? The same thing. Why? Because my mindset, my focus, my awareness was on the issue. So since reality is a mirror, I will get it back and back and back. And then what happens? You get frustrated. You're like, well, why is this happening, right? And we believe that we're like, I'm having a different, like mindset, my self-concept, But what happens when that reality shows you the opposite? If you react mentally, you're like, it's always the same, like it's always the same thing. Even before, I remember before he would do the things that I didn't like, I was already stressing out because I had the assumption, I was assuming that he was gonna act that way because that's the assumption I had about him. So since my focus, I remember I had, the worst arguments in my mind. I would like have arguments with him in my mind. So where's my focus? If reality is a mirror, I had to, by law, get more of the same thing. I will talk to friends about it. What am I doing? Where's my focus? On all the things I don't like that he was doing, he kept doing it, right? I will talk to my friends, my family, my, everyone, myself, arguments, stress before nothing even happened. I was in this loop of the same thing. And what I envision is a hamster wheel. I'm sure the little hamster gets tired until the little hamster realizes that it can jump out, right? But that's what we're doing. So start seeing reality as it is literally a mirror. If I keep focusing on the same thing, if I'm having the arguments, if I'm having the fear that is going to happen again, what do you think is going to happen? And again, it's okay, we're humans, that we can react emotionally when what we don't like happens. But what do we do mentally? Because everything is your mind, your awareness, who you're choosing to be in that moment. You can get upset and say, I'm so happy, right? Obviously internally, because maybe if you say it out loud in front of them, they're gonna be like, what's wrong with you? But literally just tell yourself, like, no, I'm so happy that, you know, this is how it is. Like, you know, claim the way that you want it to be, right? Kind of, you're like, no, like, it's not ignoring so much, but it's like not accepting that possibility, right? And you're choosing what you want instead. You can say, I'm so happy that that's not me anymore. That's not my choice anymore. And this is who I am. I am, remember those two powerful words, who you say you are, you become, because I am is the name of God. And that moment when you say I am is literally like, think, you imagine one is like, wish granted, like you're already there. You are already that person. Or imagine that, you know, God is in front of you. He's like, here it is, right? God, you are God. You're one with God. So if you say, this is who I am, that's who you are. But you have to not accept the opposite that the 3D is showing you, that the illusion is showing you. So, but yeah, going back to my story, the more I was afraid that it was gonna happen, that all the negative things that I didn't like were gonna happen, that the arguments were gonna happen, the more it happened. The more I complained about it in my mind, the more I had, you know, my arguments. I think I even had dreams about it. The more it happened. Until I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm being honest with myself, and yeah, maybe I'm affirming, but like, I'm still like, I haven't changed who I am. I haven't changed my assumptions of this person. I'm still thinking that this person is someone negative or reactive, or they lie or whatever, right? That's why I'm getting the same thing. So something that personally helped me, and I've talked about it, is I felt that in my stomach, right? So what I will do was like just sending love to that person, say, I forgive you, it's okay. And I will think of this verse in the Bible, forgive them, Lord, for they don't know what they are doing. And since I understood that literally, like, this person was reflecting me, my assumptions, it's easier to forgive, right? To say, yeah, I forgive them because I know it was me. It was a reflection of me. That person is also me. So what I did, because I really wanted to be with this person, was like, no, like, I'm going to change my assumptions because I really want to be with this person. So basically, I was just hurting myself, assuming all these negative things about them, right? That's why I tell you guys, like, the best thing that you can do is, you know, assume the best thing of the other person, because you're the one that's benefiting. It's like a boomerang, it comes back to you. But if I assume the worst of someone, I will also experience the worst of someone, and then I'm not, you know, being nice to myself, right? I'm torturing myself if I'm assuming something wrong of someone else, because I will experience it. So to me, I feel like it's my act of self-love to assume the best of everyone, because then I get to experience that version, and then it's gonna benefit me, right? I'm gonna feel happy, I'm gonna feel loved, I'm gonna feel in harmony, not stressed and worried, and, you know, all that we don't need. So yeah, once I made that shift, it literally is like magic, guys. Like, when you change the assumptions that you have of them and be like, I don't care, like, what I see, I know it's gonna fade away. I know that it's gonna change, because this is law. This is who I say that I am, right? Who you say you are, you become. So once I changed, and I will prepay, if I knew I was gonna have a conversation with this person on the phone, or like they were gonna come over, I will set my intentions. That also helps a lot. Set how things are gonna go. I will set my intentions, like, I'm gonna have a really good time. They're gonna come over, I'm gonna have a really good time. This person's gonna be in a great mood. He's gonna be like, you know, yeah, happy and loving, and it will happen. It will happen. And like, I had you know, I will hear this person in my mind telling me the cheesiest lines, like, but I'm like, I don't care if I've never experienced this from this person. I don't care. I'm just choosing a different version of this person, a different story. And yeah, the logical mind is gonna fight you, like, what are you talking about? This person is like this and will be like this forever. Go against your logical mind, because we're not playing with logic here, right? We're playing with the magic that you are. So yeah, go against the logical thoughts. They try to keep you stuck in that old story. That old story is trying to stay current, right? But yeah, say no, No, I don't care. Logically, I don't care. I will hear this person telling me the cheesiest lines, like how much they love me, kind of like a Mexican soap opera, like, but I didn't care because that's what I wanted to experience. So there to go there to, like, you know, imagine the, you know, all the extras, right? If you want that person to love you and adore you, imagine that they're telling you like the most beautiful, cheesiest lines. Why not? Why be just mid? No, like, have fun with it. I mean, of course you can just do mid. Why not? It's up to you. It's your reality. But I will go all the way out there. And this person, the way that I started experiencing them, again, it was like magic, because I went against my logical thinking. I literally dropped the old story of the same, because I was tired of the same pattern. I'm like, I'm tired of this. And yeah, again, we get frustrated because, again, imagine that you're that little hamster and you're like, you will get tired and frustrated. And I'm like, when is this going to stop? That's how we feel, right? When is this going to stop? And also, I talked about it in my last video. When you're doing the right thing, the 3D's gonna do something. It might do something that is showing you the opposite. Don't allow that to question you, to move you from your decision, from who you say you are, right? Don't allow that to move you and say, I'm doing something wrong. Like, no, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, you know, that 3D, again, it's trying to stay alive. That's why Neville used to say, leave the dead with the dead. Be blind to the senses. It doesn't matter what's happening out here. You're staying focused on who you already said that you are. And that happened to me. I've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure. How like I was experiencing the best of this person, and like, you know, out of the blue, I wasn't even thinking, because my mindset was on the right story that I wanted to experience with them. And out of the blue, they said something that to me was really rude. But instead of reacting like I will do in the past, I was like, of course I was not happy, but I just went within, right? I centered myself, I went within, and I just told myself, no, I am loved, I am valued, I'm respected. This person values me, loves me, and respects me. I was quiet, obviously, like, you know, again, centering myself. And it was like instant revision. This person, bloop, out of the blue, like, I'm so sorry. That person never apologized in the past. It's like, I'm so sorry, like, I do love you and I respect you. Like, literally everything that I was in the moment saying, this is who I am. But from that place of understanding that, again, reality is a mirror, not accepting the old story, because I didn't want to be on that same loop and pattern of the same BS. That's how it shifted. And I'm like, oh, okay. So once we understand it and we see it clearly, how, again, it's literally a mirror. We're not allowing the outside to change our decision of who we are, right? Clear. It's simple. So again, you are entitled to have your emotions. We're humans. If you pinch me, it's gonna hurt. But where am I staying? Where is my decision staying? And who am I? Right? That's why if you're accepting the other, like, yeah, it's still the same, I must be doing something wrong, I'm so frustrated, it's been 20 years or 6 months or however, and it's still the same. In that moment, you're saying yes to the old story. You're buying the old story and you're keeping it and you're staying in it. You're swimming in it. Yeah, I'm still in the same old story. No, deny it and be like, no, yeah, that it looks like that's where I am, but I'm not choosing that, right? So literally, out of the infinite, what you're doing in that moment, when the 3D shows you the opposite, out of that infinite, you're choosing what you want. Literally, know and see it with your mind. Like, literally, I am infinite and my choices are infinite. Why would I keep choosing the same story of lack of love, lack of money, lack of health, lack of friends, lack of peace, lack of harmony, lack of everything that is who we truly are? Why? No, out of that infinite, I'm only gonna choose my truth. What will make me happy? What my desire is, right? I'm gonna leave all that in the past. I'm not gonna, again, buy the story of the same lack of everything or some things that I don't want anymore, right? So no, we're not accepting the old stories. We're not accepting the illusion, right? That's why I tell you guys this, I'm pretty sure pretty often, you are bigger than the circumstances. That's why, because remind yourself the 3D is just an illusion. That's why you're bigger than the circumstance. Because just like in a mirror, right? In a little mirror, it's not real. This is not real. I am the one that's real. I'm the one that's making this image show up, right? But I am the one that's real. So 3D is not real. It's just the projection of you, of a state of mind, of your awareness. So change your awareness, change the movie that you want to see in the movie, in the screen, right? And it will change, because everything again is us. It's a mirror. And let's see my notes. Let's see if I cover everything. Yeah, I want to talk about this again. I was having a download earlier, and I was thinking again, if reality is a mirror, hopefully that analogy helps you. You guys know that I'm the queen of analogies, but I used to love listening and reading Wayne Dyer, and he will talk about how you cannot be upset if you're planting a papaya tree and you're getting, you cannot get upset if you plant a papaya tree and you're getting papayas, right? If you plant a papaya tree, you know you're gonna get a papaya, but you cannot plant a papaya tree and be upset because you're not getting mangoes, right? It's illogical. I think he will talk about like oranges and apples, I don't know. But you get my analogy, right? Whatever you focus on, that's what you get. So again, reality is a mirror. If you plant an apple tree, expect to eat an apple tree. If you're expecting or thinking or assuming the worst of, let's say, your specific person, they don't want me, what do you think you're gonna get back in return? They don't want you, because again, reality is a mirror. But if despite the past, the circumstances, like let's say in the past they were rejecting you, they didn't want you, they broke up with you, they cheated on you, whatever, if now you choose, I don't care, right? Again, remember, the now moment is where all the power is, and it's a blank slate. With that blank slate, who are you choosing to be? No, like, this person, right? They love me, they adore me, they respect me, like they're obsessed with me, they're so committed to me, I'm the love of their lives, they want to spend their whole life with me, because I am someone that is always loved, adored, chosen, pursued. I always experience the best love, the best relationships. Like, this is who I am, right? If that's where you stay, regardless of what's happening out there, what the illusion is looking like, what the smoke and mirrors are looking like, if you stay in your choice out of the infinite, right, you're choosing what you want instead, that old story is going to fade away, because you're not giving it your awareness, your power, your energy. So yeah, hopefully this analogy helped you, right? Again, if you want your SP or your bank account to be full, or whatever, then just say that is who you are, and that is how it is. Because we understand that it's literally, if I focus on it, I get it. And that's it. Know and believe that is what it is. That, it's universal law. So yeah, these things might appear like it's still the old story, but I don't care. I stay persistent in my choice. Same thing, I have another analogy. I don't know if it's that proper or not, but let's say that I drink, I don't know, beer. I don't drink beers. Let's say I drink beer. Of course, what's gonna come out of me is it's beer, right? It's a product of the beer. I cannot, drink a beer and then like applesauce is coming out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, excuse my analogies, but it's like, again, what you put in, it comes out. It's like what you put in the mind, it comes out. Literally, because it's a mirror. It's impossible for me to focus on something and then experience something else. Like, in whatever, like, we're like, well, I never thought about that. Well, maybe not consciously, but your awareness was there. It was a part of you somehow, some way. But what's more important is, are you accepting it, or are you denying it and saying, no, not my choice, this is my choice. Again, out of the infinite, this is my choice. And I know that if I focus on my choice, if I stay strong in my choice, that's what I will get. Because what I plant, I get the fruit of it. Because reality is a mirror, right? Simple as that. And again, like, you can do this, like, have fun and, you know, choose in every area of your life, choose what you want instead, right? You can choose the version of your boss that you prefer. You can choose to, you know, like, every time I get on the freeway, like, there's no traffic. You can choose, I don't know, like, your pet to be as calm and sweet as this one is. Like, you can choose to have, you know, like, your relationship with your kids to be the most amazing, and, you know, like, good communication, respect, or, like, you know, however old they are, if they're really little, like, oh my God, they're so well behaved, or like, right? Always choose, because we came here to do that, to choose about everything, about every area of your life, not just love, not just money, everything. Just make your choice and you'll see the magic that you actually are, that you're the magic. Let's see. Yeah, I think I covered all my notes. But yeah, I remember I had this, one of my clients, of course I have a lot of stories, but the one that came to mind was like, just like me, right? I had the assumption that my SB was all these things that were negative. I had a client, same thing. Like, she was assuming that this person was a narcissist and, like, they were not committed to her and da 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 da. Once she went against all that and she made her choice, regardless of what had happened in the past, regardless of maybe how this person was still showing up, this person had something scary that happened in his life. And that scary, you know, yeah, that's scary. What's the word? You know, that scary thing that happened to him made him, like, realize, what am I doing? I could have lost my life, and I don't want to do that. Like, I need to change. I need to be a better person in general, but I want to be a better person to my partner, right? And this person came back completely different. All those narcissist traits and all the issues they were having, this person completely changed when my client made the choice and she stayed strong in her choice. My other analogy is, when you just make your choice, right? You're like that tree with really strong roots that nothing's gonna move that tree. If a tornado comes through, nothing's gonna move that tree. It's gonna stay in its place, right? That is who we are. Once we make the choice, nothing's gonna move me from here, from my decision. Like, I'm solid, right? And we used to say, with brace and impudence, meaning, like, I'm just try to move me, try to change my choice. No one's gonna change me. I don't care. And that's what I did with my visa story. I'm like, I don't care that the United States government is telling me, no, you don't qualify for the visa. Like, no, what did I say? I don't care. Literally, I don't care. And I made my choice, and nothing moved me, and things move for me. Right? When, who is it that say that? When, I think it was Florence Scovel Shinn, when the circumstances don't move you, meaning your decision, the circumstances move. Simple. Okay guys, it's already 23 minutes. I didn't want to make it this long, but I'm intending that it really helped you. If you would like to work with me, I would love to help you. I would love to help you identify where your awareness is, so you can choose a different story. You can stay strong in that story. I can give you tips and tricks on how to stay in that story, and you'll literally embody and enjoy that new choice of reality that is already yours. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing, and say bye, friends. Bye guys.